This was my second year for the church mission. And last year, Billy was talking to me about it, and he said it'd be a great experience, which it was, but he also told me about the hard work and sweat. So this year, I pretty much knew what to expect, and Billy had said in his testimony that he felt the Spirit more strongly this year, and I agree with him. It was, and you saw it in other people as well. The second night we were there, after the worship, we did a prayer walk, and it was like a self-evaluation as to where you stood with God. And that really hit home with me. Could really feel the presence of the Spirit in the sanctuary, and you could tell that other people as well were really moved. I actually saw some tears. So that was quite the experience. Also saw a big difference in the older youth leadership. Whitney Rainey was on our team, and she could have been the adult leader. She was showing people we built a ramp, and she was showing people where to put the holes, how to keep things square. I almost just sat under a tree and just let her take care of it, because it was hot. The second day we were there, we always fix a sandwich for our client. The first day we offered it, and they declined. The second day we'd made 2 sandwiches, and they also declined. I guess it was right after lunch, this lady came around the house and asked me if we still had that food, and I said, yes, we do. Well, about that time, just a minute, Billy and Christy had driven up with a group from the Houston area church, and the sister-in-law started talking to them, and it come to find out there was absolutely no food in the home. And the lady had been shaving off of a bar of soap to wash their clothes. So just about immediately, Billy and Christy drove back the 22 miles of Jacksonville and came back with a carload of groceries, helped them put it in the house. There wasn't anything in the cupboards either. So that was God working again. We were just there at the right time. I just want to say, I want to thank everybody for their support, moral and physical, and looking forward to doing it again next year. Thank you.
Good morning. This is also my second year this current season of my life to go to mission trip. Of course, when Dawson was in high school, I would go when he was wanting to go to mission trip, and always enjoyed it then. To me, this week that we go to Jacksonville, it's just not like anything else that you would ever experience. I mean, yes, we've got things that we could do here locally, but going for a week somewhere else out of your comfort zone, out of your box, as Tara referenced, being bold, because a lot of us don't know anything about what we're doing the first time we go. It's just unlike anything else. The culture and the environment that you were in for that week to help grow our kids and set them up for service for their future is all we can hope for, to give them that desire in their heart to love like Jesus and to serve others in a worshipful, loving, nurturing environment that this week provides for our kids is unlike anything else. Yes, it's hot. Your air mattress doesn't always stay inflated, but it is the most rewarding week for me as an adult and for our kids. And I'm just blessed to be able to go. We love your support. We appreciate it. I just about think I've talked Mike into going next year. So be in prayer for that, that he'll go with me. And it's just, our theme this year was set apart. And we truly are, as Christians, set apart to do God's work. And that's what this week is all about. It's about doing God's work, being the hands and feet of Jesus, and building those relationships that our kids and our adults can have for years to come with the group that they meet during this week. And I thank you for that opportunity. We love y'all. Thank you.
Good morning. This was my first year attending Student Mission Week. In years past, I was just the parent who dropped off my daughter and picked her up a few days later. I never truly realized the impact this week has, not only on the clients we serve, but on the students and adults who come to serve alongside them. One thing that really stood out to me was all the preparation that happens long before anyone ever arrives, from choosing the sites, designing the ramp layouts, gathering the materials and tools, and organizing every detail. It takes an incredible amount of work. It became obvious this week doesn't happen by accident. I've been on other mission trips, church camps over the years, but I can honestly say none of them compared to this one. Everything we did reflected to the theme of being set apart. Throughout this week, we studied verses that reminded us to value what God values, allow Him to transform our minds, love others the way that Christ loves us, be a light to those around us, and respond with Christ-like character. What impressed me the most was our leadership. You can tell they poured their hearts into every detail of the camp, not just for the students, but for the adults that were supervising as well. They weren't simply building ramps, they were building disciples. MJ Gilley and I had the opportunity to serve as group leaders. He was the leader, I was just the right-hand man. And I'll admit, I was a little nervous about stepping into a role. I was afraid that one of the students might ask me a difficult carpentry question. But God blessed us with an incredible group of students, and honestly, they didn't need us to teach them. They just needed someone to get them to the work site, encourage them, and help them out when needed. Several of them had been attending Mission Week for years. In fact, Miller was part of my group, and Miller taught me things that I never known about carpentry and building ramps. Now, I'm sure he'll have to remind me of those again next year, but I enjoyed learning from the students. As a parent, one of the moments that meant the most to me that happened after Allie left, she left with the junior high group on Wednesday. She would call or FaceTime me before bed and wanted to know the events of the day, what we had done, the activities, the work, and she specifically talked to me about our second site where she helped build the boxes or the foundation that the ramp was on, and she wanted to see how that project was turning out. She wanted to continue being a part of what was happening at camp even after she had gone home. She wanted to hear about everything we had done, and as a dad, that meant more to me than I can explain. It was such a blessing to know that we were able to share the experience together, but what meant even more was that only a few hours after she had left, she was already looking forward to coming back next year. To me, that is the impact of Student Mission Week, and that it has on the people who attend. It isn't just about building wheelchair ramps, it's about strengthening relationships, building faith, and creating a desire to continue to serve Christ long after the week is over. Finally, I want to thank our church family for your prayers, your support, and your encouragement. Whether you gave financially, prayed for us, or encouraged us before we left, you were a part of what God did this week. Thank you for investing in this ministry and in the lives of everyone who attended. Thank y'all.